Morning all, hope you're doing well, hope you're staying safe. It's Saturday, June the 13th. We've got a few things to get through this morning, so let's get right into it. US cases, highest it's been for 3 weeks. Deaths still trending down, which is great news. Florida cases, another record day yesterday, over 1,900. Florida deaths staying stable over the last 3 weeks. The stats shows that the percentage of positive cases continues to grow. And then Governor DeSantis says yesterday he's not concerned, and we'll find out why. Jerry Demings, who's the mayor of Orange County, said people should basically boycott businesses where they're not adhering to CDC guidelines, but he's not in a position yet to issue another stay-at-home order. I'm going to return to that whole political thing after we've gone into the detail of the news, so bear with that, please. No news of protest in Orlando yesterday, but because it is the weekend, I am expecting some more today. The weather, 88 degrees today, cloudy at the moment, but it is supposed to be 88 degrees, and it's going to be the usual thunderstorms for the next 10 days. Disney has emailed guests again yesterday, asking them to confirm their reservations before July the 11th, and it's also hinted that they may actually not be staying at the hotel, the resort that they've booked into, so look for that in the news. Skyliner tested yesterday for the first time, so they're obviously looking to gear back up now. They've still got quite a long time to go before July the 11th, but it's good to see that the Skyliner is under test again. And then SeaWorld obviously has acknowledged that it's got problems with its reservation system. There was plenty of people who weren't happy with that reservation system, so they've issued a tips and tricks sheet to try and make that a bit easier. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll get this news 6 days a week right now. And then on Sunday we do something a little bit different. It's usually either a resort review, a hotel, a restaurant review or something like that, or a park review. So yeah, hit the notification bell and you'll get this 6 days a week. Okay, let's get to the news. New cases in the US yesterday was 27,221, which is the highest recorded since May the 21st. The number of daily deaths recorded in the US continues to fall, with 791 recorded yesterday. In Florida yesterday, another new record was set with 1,902 people testing positive. We had 30 deaths in Florida yesterday, and that moving average is the same as it's been for around 3 weeks. The 1,902 cases recorded in Florida yesterday came out of 29,167 tests, or a 6.52% positive rate. That brings the average positive rate for this week to 5.98%, and that's 69% higher than the week ending 1st of June. You'll see that I've now added columns for hospitalizations and deaths, although I haven't completed these yet. What I'm hoping to do is to understand if the number of cases is translating into hospitalizations and deaths. Governor Ron DeSantis says he's not concerned about the rise in the number of cases. He said, "The good thing about this is these are people in low-risk groups, so you have almost none of them end up hospitalized. Those 25 to 45-year-olds, the clinical consequences of them testing positive is usually very, very modest because they're not in the high-risk groups." Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings yesterday urged people not to support businesses that knowingly violate CDC regulations. He said the county is not at the point yet of a new stay-at-home order being issued or the need for businesses to close again, but stressed that it's important for people to continue to follow safety recommendations. I didn't see any news of protests yesterday Friday night, but there are protests planned for the weekend here in Orlando. It's going to be 88 degrees Fahrenheit today, or 30 degrees centigrade. The next 10 days are going to see us with temperatures between 86 and 90 with the usual afternoon thunderstorms. Disney World sent out another email yesterday to guests arriving on or before July the 11th. They were asked to either confirm, cancel or modify their reservations, and this response is required by June the 25th. If a guest confirms their reservation with Disney and they are currently staying at a hotel that is not opening, they will be moved by Disney to an open resort at no additional cost. However, the guest cannot choose where they would like to stay. In other Disney news, in advance of parks reopening on July the 11th, the Skyliner has begun testing again. This could become a very important method of transportation because of its inherent social distancing. SeaWorld's ticket reservation system seems to be a little glitchy, and SeaWorld have acknowledged this. They've issued a tips and tricks sheet which will hopefully make it easier to secure reservations. So looking at the stats then for Florida in terms of COVID-19 cases, positive tests are coming back at a higher rate than they were previously. Over the last week and the previous week to that, they've grown and grown. But DeSantis says he's not concerned, and the reason he's given is that because younger people seem now to be getting tested, so the testing's more widespread. It was in the beginning, older people who actually thought they had the virus would get tested. So there was more old and vulnerable people getting tested, and they were coming back positive, and there were more people dying. Now it does seem that there are less people dying now, obviously, and I want to get a grip on these hospitalisations, because I think that's the key now, between the number of tests per day, the number of cases per day, the number of the percentage positive per day, and then the hospitalisations coming out of those positive tests. Because it could be that I'm not getting all the information to you guys that I think I should be, which is, if cases are going up, and we've got 1900 now, okay, that's a shocker, but if hospitalisations are not going up, and if deaths are not going up, then what does that mean? Well, it means, I guess, that people who are more able to take on the virus and cope with it and get through it are now getting the virus. So that's a good thing. It has to be a good thing. So it might not be as bad as just the bare bones look at the number of positive cases it might make it out to be. So I'm going to try for Monday to get the hospitalisation data in there. So look for that, please, on Monday. This whole thing about Jerry Deming saying, "Oh, boycott the businesses that aren't following the CDC guidelines," and then he's not going to put a stay-at-home order in place right now. Look, when I went to the outlet mall last week, even though certain businesses had "you're not allowed in without a mask," it was rubbish. People were going in there without a mask. You'll see it. I'll release that video shortly. You'll see it for yourself. It was a bit like the SeaWorld thing. They say one thing, they do another thing, right? So this is what it's going to be like. And in terms of shutting down the state again or shutting down the county again, it's not going to happen. It really is not going to happen. It would be a political suicide. And it seems now that people in positions of power have opened up these states, the ones that have, and we're now in phase 2. We're not going backwards, in my view. I don't care how many cases there are in Florida. Governor DeSantis is not going to issue a go back to phase 1 order, and I don't think Jerry Deming is going to countermand anything that Governor DeSantis does or says. So we are where we are. If you're coming to Orlando, this is what you're going to be faced with. But like I say, it may not be such a bad thing anyway. It may not be just like, "Oh, we're going up and up in cases, so stay away." It may not be like that at all. Disney, in the early days when I was doing these daily vlogs, I did think that there could be a chance that all the hotels, all the resorts wouldn't be open, and Disney would move you from one to another, just to consolidate and not have all the resorts open and basically waste money. It does appear now that this could be happening. Now, it's only going to happen with the deluxe resorts because they're the only ones that are open right now. But that would mean closing down resorts that they're now gearing up to open. And what would that mean to the people that are working there? Would they be shifted to other resorts, or would they be furloughed again? Very interesting from Disney, this, and I'm going to follow this through. And then lastly, SeaWorld. Yeah, they've acknowledged there was some problems in people being able to access their reservation system. I didn't really have a problem, but I saw on Facebook plenty of other people did. So I'm pleased that they've acknowledged that there is a problem, and they've now given some guidelines as to how to probably get over that issue that people are finding. So that is it for today. I'll be back on Monday. Got another video coming up for release tonight, actually, which is the should you come to Disney World in 2020. So watch out for that one. It is 25 minutes long, so grab a cup of tea or something stronger if you want that, and have a look at that. It's a lot of talking points, a lot of to think about, and I make a definite suggestion one way or the other, but yeah, basically it's up to you guys, whatever you're going to do. But yeah, watch out for that one, and then I'll see you Monday. Okay, so have a great weekend. See you then. Cheers for now. Bye bye.